My name's Daniel Parsons. I've been here at Chrome now for about 7 months, going on my 8 months. And what brought me to Chrome was a struggle with IV meth use. And I was introduced to it like in my 30s. And then from there on, I is off and on struggle with it, thinking that I could handle it, and come to find out that it was handling me. And I started shooting it, and then it just went downhill from there. My mom passed away last year in October, and I was struggling with meth addiction then. But it really kind of took off even deeper when she passed away from cancer. And, I was left with the house and the property, something that I've never had to deal with before. And reality kind of started setting in a little bit, but underneath the influence of drugs, it still wasn't setting in like it was supposed to. And a good friend of mine, she seen that my life was spiraling out of control, and she knew I needed some help. She tried talking to me about going to Chrome on my own and getting some help, but at that point in my addiction, I just didn't see it. And I was very adamant about the fact that I was not going back into rehab. And because I got the house to take care of and the property and all that. Anyways, so she took a drastic measure on her part, something I'm sure she didn't want to do. I was on probation at the time, I still am, but she went and told my probation officer. And so I went up there and took a drug test, and I failed it. And I told my probation officer that, that I needed some help. And they issued out a warrant for my arrest, and I went to jail, and I got sentenced to 90 days in the county jail, followed by rehab, which would be Chrome. At first, the state didn't want to give it to me. The state denied it, and actually Miss Judge Garcia, she's the one that actually gave it to me. And I just knew right then that God wanted me here at Chrome. Because, that was the God moment right there, because the state refused the plea offer, and she was basically saying, okay, you're going to plead to me. And then she's like, is this what you want? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And so that's when she gave it to me. And at first, I didn't know if I was going to be able to come here. And but God worked it out to where I was able to come back. And since then, since I've been here, God has just really shown himself to me. Now that I'm going on like 8 months of sobriety, and just in that small amount of time, my relationship with God has just grown since I've been here. Chris and John, they bring a very good teaching. They're very they explain the biblical principles very well, and you can ask them questions, and there's always an open door policy with them. You can ask them anything, and they'll answer it. But coming from a Christian background and being raised up in church, you know what I'm saying? I've always known what the word says. It's just I've been rebellious and not following it. I guess that'd be willful disobedience on my part. And, God called me into the ministry when I was 17, and I've been running ever since. And here I am, 48 years old, and now I'm closer to God than I ever have been. And I thank God for that. I also thank Chrome for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Chrome is a tool that God uses to not only get people sober, but to to get them the help that they need. It may not be addiction. It may just be that they're homeless or they just have nowhere else to go. And Chrome has afforded me the opportunity to not only develop a strong relationship with Jesus Christ, but also to help get me on my feet as far as like, getting a job and saving up for a vehicle and then, actually getting out there on my own. When my mom passed away, she left me the house. So for the first time in my life, I'm facing property taxes. And I found out what they were this year. So now I've talked to leadership about it, and they're going to help me pay it. You know what I'm saying? Or then they're going to help me to get that paid off so that I don't lose the house. And I just thank God for it. You know what I'm saying? They're for you in succeeding. You know what I'm saying? And Chrome is just a huge blessing, in helping people to get on their feet and be productive citizens of society. And, you can't, I'm sure there's other places, but Chrome is definitely using God on that issue right there. For those of y'all that are out there that are struggling, that are looking for hope, listen, there is hope. When I was in my addiction, I felt like I was in this deep, dark hole, and I could not find my way out of it. And it took God. I couldn't find my way out. You know what I'm saying? I had that needle in my arm every single time, and I didn't feel like I could stop. And I see no way out. But God, it took God to pull me up out of that hole and to set my feet on a solid rock. And that rock is Jesus Christ. John 3:16 says this, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." And that is the core and the heart of the gospel. And I urge you, whether you have an addiction, whether you are in a situation to where you feel like there's just no hope, God is there to help you, and he can use Chrome to do that. So reach out, talk to people, ask for help, because there is help out there. And I can testify to that. I needed the help, and God has used Chrome to do that. And he can also do it for you.